Welcome everyone. Today we've got another Escape from Tarkov guide. This one's going to be my wipe game plan. So I'm no expert with Tarkov, however I have played a couple of hundred hours of the game over the past 3 months since I got it. So I guess I'm an intermediate Tarkov gamer. So yeah, this guide is to try and aim for those, like try and resonate with those other intermediate players, as well as help out those beginners to start in the game, since the game is ever evolving. Especially now, it's getting more exposure, a lot more people are playing the game, so hopefully these guides help. Just before we get into it quickly, do subscribe and like the video if you do enjoy the content. This will encourage me to make more videos like this, so yeah, don't forget to do that. I also stream on Twitch most days of the week around 8 PM of a night, Melbourne, Sydney time, so do check out the stream, ask me some questions Tarkov, also play some Apex Legends as well as Warzone, and some Minecraft, so you can always get involved with those games as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking into it. Alright, so first thing I want to mention, if you are just starting out with Tarkov, my first tip would be to try and learn the maps before the wipe happens. So the wipe is going to be very soon. The way we're going to know when it happens is they usually do an event before the wipe that goes for about 3 to 5 days. Not sure how long it's going to be. I believe they're just doing some finishing touches on it and then testing stuff. But once we get that event, we know it's going to happen between like 3 and 5 days. So that's a good indication of when it's going to be. The reason why I'm saying learn the maps before, some people may have got some people saying don't do it because the wipe's going to happen. May as well just wait for the wipe and then learn the game. My tip would be to learn the game before, because I've said this before, but knowledge is key in Tarkov. Just knowing where people spawn, knowing where the loot spawns, where you go for good loot, knowing different rotations, extractions is going to be a big one, so you want to take out that gear. Just learning all the different things about a map. It doesn't have to be all the maps, just, one or two maybe. But yeah, if you're familiar with one map, at least when the wipe comes, then you're confident enough to tackle that map and know where things are. And you're going to have a big advantage over those who don't know anything about the map. So up to you how you want to do this. If you want to do PMC runs, if you don't have a lot of gear, just do scav runs. Scav runs are real handy. Even I do them. Everyone still does scav run because you don't lose any gear. And you can just go around, see where all the loot spawns, where the different player spawns are, where the hotspots are, and just gain that knowledge for you. Alright, so my 4 tips for my game plan are going to be, number 1 is going to be focusing on the quests in the game. Number 2 is going to be PMC runs. Number 3 is going to be scav runs, and number 4 is going to be your hideout. Yeah, like I said before, I'm no expert on the game. In terms of the quests, when I first started the game, I didn't do a whole lot of the quests. I just tried to learn the maps, and then try and get used to mouse and keyboard because I was very new to the game. But then as I went along, then I started doing some of the quests. So you'll notice that I haven't done many, but I have done most of the early ones. So yeah, the first ones you kind of want to do is going to be Therapist one, where you got like your Slayer kits where you have to find them. So where it says find Slayers, this is where you have to like find in raid, and this is like when the next update's going to come in after the wipe. Things on the flea market can only be found in raid, which means you get that little tick underneath that item. I'll try and show you actually. See if I got one. So this M4 right here, this tick here, so item found in raid. So I'll be able to put this up into the flea market as is if the wipe happens. If I took this gun into a raid and I got out, that tick would go away. So just to be mindful of that. If you find stuff in raid, you got to really think about whether you want to keep it to use into your next raid or future raids, or if you want to sell it. Okay. But yeah, just that thing, items found in raid, that's going to be coming real handy with my 4th point with to do with the hideout. So things you actually craft in the hideout, gets that little tick there, it classes itself as found in raid. And that's going to help you with some of these quests. So the first one is your Slayer kits. Where you have to find 5 Slayer kits and then hand them in. The reason why you want to do these quests is because you gain a lot of these XP early in the game. And to unlock the flea market, you have to be level 10. So the ways in order for you to get XP are going to be doing these quests, which will really boost you up early, as well as getting kills, and then longer durations in raids will actually get you more XP. So yeah, this is like one of the first ones. You also got your gas analyzers as well. Again, find in raid. You have to find these items, as well as the white armor that you can find on factory. So they can also spawn on scavs as well. So that's another option. You got your flash drives, your MP133 shotguns, and you also got like Jaeger's camp to unlock him as well, which is on woods. So there's some things that you can focus on. In order to do these quests, you have to be a PMC. You can't be a scav. So those of you not aware of the game, okay, PMC is your made character. Scavs are the AI characters in the game, and you can play as these as well. So for your PMC, this is where you gain all the XP. If you're doing scav runs and you kill a lot of people, get a lot of loot, you do gain XP, but that doesn't go towards your overall level. So only way for you to grind your levels is by doing your PMC, and that's the only way to do your quests as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. So the maps you kind of want to do for your PMC, so the main quests are going to be on customs. You probably already heard of this. If you haven't already, customs is like one of the main maps early on for those quests to try and finish them off, as well as woods. Another one could be factory, like I said before, with those white armors. There's different spawns there. I can go over that in another video if you want, just showing where those spawns are, but I'm sure there's other YouTube videos out there that tell you where they are, but that's a good spot. Otherwise, you've also got the scavs that spawn with white vests, and you can always shoot other scavs who have them. But that's for a skier quest early on, just letting you know. As well as Toz's, which is going to be a lot of fun, because who wants a Toz? So yeah, these are the early maps. So customs, woods. If you're just starting the game, I would suggest learning at least one of these, especially customs. I think a lot of people say customs. If you just want to make some money, shoreline. I've made a video on this as my first guide in order to make money early. And you can just do scav runs if you want. So yeah, PMC on customs and woods are going to be the main ones to go to. Next point, number 3, is scav runs. What are we going to talk about now? You could do, if you're not familiar with all these other maps, and shoreline is kind of your map, your go-to map, and you know that well, that's a good one for scav runs. So what you can do, so those of you who don't know, scav runs you have to do every 20 minutes, unless you upgrade your hideout, and that just reduces the time. But by default, it's every 20 minutes. And once you finish that raid as a scav, then you have to wait the 20 minutes, okay? But yeah, shoreline's a good one for making money. And that's kind of what I'm going to be doing, is trying to use my scav runs purely just for making money, because I'm not going to gain any XP. I'm not going to finish any quests by doing scav runs. It's purely just going to be to make money and get those items, possibly for the hideout. So shoreline's a good one for that. What I'm personally going to do, since I've played this map a ton over the past month or so, I'm going to say 2 months even, it literally has everything. It's going to be reserve. So reserve, even though there's a lot of keys where the good loot spawns, there's one particular spot on reserve that's going to give you a helping hand with not only some of the quests, but also the hideout, and that's going to be the tunnel leading from White Pawn up to the dome. And that's the main one you're going to want in there. The main item is going to be the fuel, and that fuel is going to go to your hideout and power everything up. So yeah, I'm going to use my scav runs on reserve to gain fuel, as well as those high ticket items like the aces, which go for like 150k, intelligence that went up to 200k, and who knows how much is actually going to be after the wipe. It's all going to be fluctuating with prices, but you get a ton of military gear as well, so it is an awesome spot to go to. I'd assume most people would have the same idea, because you can't hit marked rooms as well as other rooms where you need the keys, unless they get really lucky and actually get the keys. So I'm assuming no one's going to go to the marked room straight away. They're going to go for the tunnel. Just to be mindful of, there's going to be people there, okay? And there's really only like one way in and out from both directions. My 4th point is going to be the hideout. Like I just said, you're going to need the fuel to start the hideout. Now, for me, when I first started the game, I didn't touch the hideout at all, and until then, until now, I've rarely touched it. So the hideout's good just for getting other items. So you usually put in other items that you find to make other items, which are usually more money. but I haven't really found any use to this at the moment, because I guess strategy to making money was getting me by. But after the wipe, this is something that I'm going to be focusing on a bit more. So the first thing you're going to do is the generator. This is what I'm talking about with fuel. So if you got fuel equipped, this powers up everything, and then you can start unlocking this stuff. So the med station is going to be the first one that you kind of want to unlock. And this is what I mean about Salewas here. So if you get a painkiller, a bandage, and a splint, all 3 items that you can get with your pack once the wipe happens, as well as these things can be bought from therapists. You just put these 3 things in, and in 22 minutes time you get a Salewa, and that is class as found in raid. So instead of trying to find them as a scav or a PMC in customs or woods or whatever the map is, what you can do is use this technique, try and get 5 Salewas, and then there's your quest done. So that's a good strategy. But yeah, all these things are going to be found in raid. Cheese is going to be handy early on as well. But yeah, that's one thing that you kind of want to focus on, as well as all these other things. They have different perks and stuff, as well as your workbench and stuff to try and save all your weapon parts and stuff. But yeah, hopefully this guide gives you an idea of like what you want to do. But yeah, just to go over it again, I'm going to be focusing on the quests, on customs and woods as my PMC. My scav runs are going to be on reserve. If reserve doesn't work for some reason, I've also got shoreline as a backup. So yeah, do look at that guide if you want to learn that map a bit more. It's very safe, very easy to make money on that map. And then the 4th thing is going to be the hideout, and they kind of all interrelate as well. So while I'm doing those runs, I'm looking for certain things to put in my hideout to upgrade that in order to find things in raid, so that I can make more money on the flea market since it's found in raid. But yeah, if you do enjoy the content, hopefully this helps you. Do leave comments below if you have any questions or have any, constructive criticism you have for me, because I'm very new to all this stuff. I'm all down for helping new people out as much as I possibly can. So do stop by the stream if you want. Ask questions there, otherwise comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. But yeah, much love everyone, have a good one, and I'll catch you all next time.